No crowds, crystal clear turquoise water, beautiful white sands. Have I just found the most beautiful beaches in the UK? Why don't you tell me in the comments below? The journey begins to get to these beaches at Uig in the Isle of Skye, and that's where I'll catch a ferry, which takes roughly about 2 hours before we get to Tarbet. So we're on the ferry and off we go. We've left Uig. Beautiful sunny day. And as we get out to the bay and start crossing over, away in the distance, looking at the back of the ferry, we can see the Isle of Skye. We're leaving the Isle of Skye with the Cuillin Mountains away in the distance. After a couple of hours, Tarbet comes into view. Ailinglass Lighthouse on Scalpay. I'll be visiting that later. And then we're coming right into the bay. You can see the brewery, and then the bridge it goes over to Scalpay. And it'll not be long now and I'll be going into the brewery, the distillery. So I did the wee tour of a distillery, which was pretty cool. And obviously because I was driving, I had to put my wee sample whiskies into a wee bottle, which I'll enjoy them later on.
At the moment the stills are kind of opened out, you can see the steam, so
Sweet bit of walk. Well, the lighthouse first displayed its lights in 1789. By the time Reid had retired, the lighthouse keeper, in 1823, he had seen out the likes of, or been through the likes of the Battle of Waterloo, the Battle of Trafalgar, and the American War of Independence. Pretty incredible. There's also a wee bothy just at the lighthouse. I went in there just to have a wee look about, see what it was all about. Oh, wee quirky chair. I then visited St Clement's Church. It's been praised as one of the grandest medieval buildings in the Western Isles. And it isn't, it's in pretty good nick. The most ambitious medieval buildings in the Western Isles, the form of which goes much to its links with Ireland. The church was founded by Alistair Crottich MacLeod of Dunvegan and Harris, the 8th chief of Clan MacLeod. He died in 1547 and his remarkable tomb can still be seen in the church's recess. And an interesting wee fact, the cast of Call the Midwife was filmed in Outer Hebrides for the 2019 Christmas special, and St Clement's Church featured in the episode. Oh well, there you go. Interesting wee fact there. After a wee scoot round the grounds, have a wee look, I then headed up the east coast of Harris. Now the east coast is pretty rugged and completely different from the west side. And the west side's all sandy, beautiful beaches. Past a wee honesty box, nothing in it right enough. And then, as much as it's very rugged, still very beautiful. And the seals were out basking in the sun, as it was another beautiful day. Then it was on to head down to the start of these beautiful beaches, heading for Hoonish Beach and car park that's right there. And there's a nice wee kind of tea room, but it's a kind of self-catering place when you've got toilets. You can there's a coffee machine there, you can get a coffee and a cup of tea or whatever and just sit. It's indoors, so aye, that's excellent. But from here, my goal is to get to another beach. Scratch, is it? A wee back scratch. So my goal is to get to another beach, and the name of the beach, I'll try and pronounce it, Tregmelin. Tregmelin. You've got a couple of kilometre hike to get to this beach, but once you see it, believe me, it is well worth it. Look at that beach. Look at that. Hunish. Scapa. That's Scapa over there. And leading to that lovely beach. Let's go and have a wee look. Up and over. Crikey. It's a wee steep one up there. Up and over that. That's a fair wee climb up and over. Getting a bit height now. Wee break. That was a steep wee climb.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Poor sheep. Sheep. But I tell you what, everything's been eaten at skin and bone. Everything. There's not a bit of meat left in it. This beach, you've got to hike a wee bit to get to here. You've got to hike a wee bit. So I would imagine not as many people would come over here, because see where you park the car, it's the most beautiful beach right there, and people probably go, wow, they need to go over there. Why not just stay here, this beautiful beach? But I must say, it's been worth the wee walk. Obviously, people come here, camp here. We got a wee fire pit going on there. And it's a wee bit sheltered here as well, so aye. Here's it's obviously the beach debris, it's been washed up on the shore. Let's go and have a look at this beach. Oh wow. Let's go. Looks like it's a rabbit haven, and I tell you what, we're just down the road from the Eagles Observatory. So the eagles obviously just come here for their dinner. I wonder how hard it is for the eagles to catch them before they dive into their burrows. Yeah, look at this. Hey, look at this. Kidding me on. Hey. Wow. And that water. Absolutely crystal clear. I'll be over there. There are a few houses, but the girl in the brewery yesterday was saying that actually nobody lives on it anymore. But looking across, they houses do look lived in, but it might have been a more recent thing of there we go, we skirted round that there. So here we are, we've reached the beach, and what I find incredible is such a beautiful beach, and there's hardly anybody here. There is a few people are way ahead of me, but it's just incredible. There's not a soul on the beach. The turquoise water, a lovely contrast with the turquoise water, white sands with the rugged hills in the background. The beach curves round and goes to a point, but that's going to be covered up soon as the tide was coming in. But I was hoping to get round there, so I started to march on a wee bit just before the water came in completely and covered it. Eventually I got out to the wee point, but I could feel the water coming in as quick as anything, and I had a wee look around, hoping it wasn't going to close in behind me. But the Caribbean colours, you can understand how people, just by looking at the beach, would think you were in the Caribbean, when really we're on the Isle of Harris in Scotland. Now, it's been wonderful weather all week, and now I know the weather is coming in. So I thought, right, I need to get back, because I don't want to be stuck away out here and it starts to rain. So that's the joy of Scotland. You get the good with the bad. And off I went, marching back to the hike, back out from the beach, back to the Hunnashish beach where the car's parked. Here we are, back at the beach. I'll have some lunch in the wee viewpoint at the beach, and get a wee coffee or a hot drink out the machine. And then from there we'll start heading, and then we'll see what's the next beach we're going to. The peat was out, had been cut and was left out to dry. So this next beach is Hoggarboss. Now there's a nice wee campsite here. You can camp here at this beach, and the next place I went, I did camp here before, another time I was over in Paris. The next beach we have, it's just up the road, is Selleborst. Now if you look across the water, you can see Luskentyre, which we're going to be judging that beach just shortly. So I was heading round to Luskentyre and I seen this chap. He was out fishing in the Narrows, for when the tide goes out, then it leaves where the deepest part and the water just follows that and the tide goes out. He's up to his waist in water fishing. I'm not so sure how much he would catch right enough, but then it was on to Luskentyre. Now Luskentyre, they say, is the most beautiful beach, but there's only there's a few more people here, but not too many, which is absolutely incredible, because these beaches, I just think they're just the best beaches. But once again, if you leave a comment which beach you think is the best beach, or if you have another beach around Scotland that you think is better than these beaches, feel free to leave a comment. Well, it's been a long day, and back to the digs, and time to chill. We had some beautiful sunsets, as from my digs you could see the sun going down.